once again, it's time for Off the Top Sportscast. I'm John, and that big guy right there is Roy. Roy, we have the topic of the day, but first, please like and subscribe. We love the feedback. We love it when you comment. Please go and find us. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, everything, and YouTube. Roy, the topic of today is I got a little quiz for you. I got a nice little list that I thought was interesting. It is the most passing yards dropped in the last 5 years. So you're gonna give me the quarterbacks that have had the most passing yards dropped in the last 5 years. What we're thinking about is quarterbacks who throw the ball, maybe, or quarterbacks who have bad wide receiver rooms. Maybe they're good wide receiver rooms. It kind of depends. And I think that's what's kind of interesting about the list because I believe people will think of it one way and it's going to be a little bit skewed the other way. I will tell you that all of the quarterbacks are active.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is not on the top 10 list.
Really?
Nope. You got to think, though, probably hasn't thrown the ball much in the last couple of years. They've been running the ball a lot, and he was out a full year.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar is ninth on the list with 780 yards dropped in the last 5 years.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold is not on the list.
Goodness gracious.
Mm-hmm.
So far I'm striking out.
So with Lamar, he's a good quarterback, but he's had kind of iffy wide receivers, I think we would all say.
Prescott.
Dak Prescott is number 2 on the list. He has 1,071 yards dropped in the last 5 years. It's kind of surprising because I don't know if I think of Dak as a deep ball thrower, and I think of him having some pretty good wide receivers in the last 5 years. So, yes, Dak is number 2. You've got Lamar at 9, Dak at 2.
Golf.
Jared Goff is not on the list. I thought Goff was interesting because he does throw the ball a lot. He does throw the ball deep, but apparently they just don't drop the ball as much as we think.
Man.
I know.
Tua.
Tua is number 10 on the list with 766 yards dropped in the last 5 years. So Tua, you think of him as throwing deep a lot. I would agree with that. And his wide receivers just kind of letting him down. Got to change your strategy. You got to change your thought process. What is your thought process right now? What are you kind of thinking about? You're thinking about the wide receivers. You think about the quarterback.
I'm thinking about the quarterback and maybe quarterbacks that have been changed out, possibly because of not doing good.
Okay.
Or not getting to where they need to get to.
Well, Lamar was on that list and Dak was on that list so far. Both those guys have steady jobs.
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford, number 6 on the list with 906 yards dropped. I think we'd all say he's had Cooper Kupp, he's had Puka Nacua, he's had Devontae Adams. That's a crazy stat to me, but he does throw the ball a lot.
No, Cousins.
Kirk Cousins is number 7 right under Stafford. He's got 834 yards dropped in the last 5 years. Now, he threw the ball a lot. He threw deep when he was with the Vikings. In the last couple years, it's changed a little bit, but apparently he does like to throw it deep, and they do drop the ball enough that he is seventh on this list. You've got five guys on the list, five guys to go. You've got number 2, number 6, number 7, number 9, and number 10. You're missing 1,
There's
3, 4,
these
5.
two names are escaping me right now. Murray.
Not on the list.
What the
Doesn't throw the ball enough deep.
what's the guy from the Giants that plays on the Colts now? What's his name?
I think you should start thinking about guys who throw the ball a lot. That's where you're going to make your money.
I
Because
thought,
you're talking about
the guy I was talking about
Daniels,
Daniels.
Daniel Jones, and he does not on this list, does not throw the ball enough. You got to remember when he was with the Giants, they just ran the ball with Saquon a whole lot. So I don't think he's run, and also with the Colts, Jonathan Taylor has been running the ball really well.
All right,
So
so the guy from the Eagles, he throws a lot of the deep ball. Don't tell me he's not on the list.
Justin Herbert is
Hurt-
not. I mean,
Hurt-
Jalen Hurts, excuse me, is not on the list.
What the heck?
I think you need to change your strategy, man. You're losing this game.
I think I named almost every quarterback in the whole stinking league.
You got some.
Baker
You got some.
Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield is number 8 with 826 yards dropped by his wide receivers. That kind of makes sense. He's had some good wide receivers in the last, especially 3 years, and they do like to throw the ball deep in Tampa. So 826 yards. So you've got right now 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then number 2. You are missing 1, 3, and 4, and 5. And I can tell you that these are good quarterbacks. Oh man, who's the best quarterback in the league to you right now?
Oh, Josh.
Josh Allen is number 3 on the list with 1,065 yards dropped by his wide receivers in the last 5 years. Patrick Mahomes is number 4 with 1,005 yards dropped in the last 5 years. So, when I'm thinking about these quarterbacks and how good they are, and that many drop passes, drop yardage, that's kind of a crazy stat. You're missing number 1 and number 5. I think number 5 is an easier one. I think number 1 might surprise you. Let me give you a hint on number 5. If I was to describe this guy, I would say he's the Walmart version of Josh Allen.
Walmart version.
He's a good quarterback. He's just not quite Josh. He's not quite Pat. He's a good quarterback.
Man, you got me stumped there when you said that.
He's on a team that's always been in the mix. It seems like forever has been in the mix, even when he wasn't the quarterback, and they just never quite make it in the playoffs. There's just something about this team. It's almost like they're cursed. They just never make it onward. They've had
kid from Jacksonville. That's what I'm thinking of. What the heck is
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. He was a number 1 pick. Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is number 1 with 1,216 yards dropped by his wide receivers. Number 5, because I don't think you're going to get it, is Justin Herbert. With 906. That's the guy who I said was Walmart Josh Allen. So Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, number 1, Dak, number 2, Josh, Pat, Herbert, Stafford, Cousins, Baker, Lamar, and Tua. I thought it was interesting that Josh and Pat are such good quarterbacks, and they have been in so many big games, and their wide receivers really as good as we think that they are, and they are good wide receivers. I mean, they've taken them really far, and Pat's won Super Bowls with these guys. They're not as efficient as they could be. Imagine how good these guys would be if their wide receivers would catch the ball more. Dak was surprising to me because he was number 2, and he's had good wide receivers. Um, I don't think of him as a deep throwing quarterback. I don't. Do you throw him as that?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah. So that was kind of a weird one for me. And then Trevor being number 1, I guess.
That makes sense, though. That makes sense. He throws a lot the ball, and you think about the receivers he had and stuff like that. I think that makes sense when you said that.
When I look at this list, what it makes me think of, especially with Trevor Lawrence being number 1, is I feel like we've given Trevor a little bit of a bad rap because I think we always kind of say, he never kind of became the guy we thought he was going to be. And, everybody was kind of waiting around, and we were kind of confused when Jacksonville gave him, that big contract. Now they've been rewarded this past year. I mean, Jacksonville had a great year, but maybe Trevor is doing better than we think, and it's just the pieces around him that have been letting him down.
That's what I think it really is. It's the pieces around him. And but when I thought of it, I was like, man, that of all the quarterbacks, that made the sense. I thought, man, Brady, he was throws a lot. I thought of these people, but I'm like, I was surprised how many weren't on there.
Yeah, and then if we're gonna give that allowance to Trevor, Tua, I think we got to give it to Tua too because he was 10th on this list. I don't think of him as throwing it deep because I don't think of him as having a great big arm, even though I know Tyreek has been really fast and they've thrown it deep with Tyreek. But to be 10th on this list with a run heavy, quick pass offense, I think that says a lot about what was happening to him. And so maybe we judge him a little too fast. Maybe in the next couple of years, we'll see Tua come and kind of emerge and be that efficient quarterback we thought he was going to be coming out of college. So I just thought it was an interesting list, how the breakdown was, because if you would have asked me, Stafford wouldn't have been on this list with all the, Hall of Fame and future Hall of Famers,
Yeah.
That he's been throwing to. Kirk Cousins with Zay Flowers and Justin Jefferson, you wouldn't have thought he would be on this list. And Baker Mayfield with Mike Evans and all the weapons that he has, you wouldn't think would be on this list. So I just thought that was interesting. Guys, tell me what you think. Did your quarterback make the list? And what do you think about the scenario that maybe we're judging these guys by the performance of their wide receivers as opposed to their actual performance? I think the person who surprised me the most on this list was Josh, because I know he throws the ball deep, but he's the one probably one of the guys with the worst wide receiver core, or at least with the least big names and accolades, and maybe even Pat for a while. So those two guys, as successful as they are with the guys who are dropping the ball, it's quite impressive to see that come from them. So put it in the comments, guys. Tell us what you think about it. This was just a little quick list that we put together out there that I really liked. And let us know if any of these guys you thought were going to be on this list, or maybe some of the reasons you think that they are on this list. Roy, tell the people out there what we want them to do every single time.
Talk to a stranger about sports today.